Ladies and gentlemen, the footballers are at it again. Today, we're going into the investigation of Quincy Promes, which is, by the way, a current ongoing investigation. Now, this is something that we heard happen about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. We heard the news that he has been arrested. He is currently in an investigation for attempted murder. Now, we've got a lot more information since then. There's been some articles in the last week or two going in depth of what has been happening, and it's a lot worse than you think it will be. We have got calls which has been tapped, so we got quotes off him. With his phones being tapped, you would think that he won't be playing football for quite a long time. And you'd be wrong, because he plays in Russia. Yes, even with everything that's been going on, Quincy Promes, who has been under investigation in the last year or so, is still playing football for Spartak Moscow. I mean, if there's any more samples of Russia or Russian football, which you need to see, it doesn't matter if you are, accused of attempted murder and investigation, and also drug trafficking as well. It doesn't matter because you can kick a ball really well into a goal. The more you know about Russia, yeah. So yeah, this is his Who Scored profile. Scroll down, 17 appearances, 5 in the Europa League, even 2 goals in Europa League in 2022. His last game was actually literally like 3 days ago. He played against Lokomotiv Moscow, played the entire 90 minutes. I can't believe he played 3 days ago. We're going to see why this is weird, because here is an article by The Telegraph, which is a very, very large publication in Netherlands. And as it says, the headline, Promes suspected of drug trafficking and participation in criminal organization, which is, if you don't know, not a good boy thing to do. There's been a lot of news about footballers in the last, couple of weeks. I've done videos about, Benjamin Mendy or Gylfi Sigurdsson, and I mean, you guys seem to find it interesting when I go into these types of videos because it's seen as like a taboo topic. Like, you don't really see many people talk about it. It's like you hear that the first news breakouts, and then it all dies down after 3 days. I'm bringing it back here because a lot more information has come out in the last week, including quotes by Promes confessing to what he has done. And when you read it, it's pretty f***ed. Article here from the Netherlands Times, the NL Times, got also chat logs from Sporf. Sporf has leaked a lot of the chat logs, which has been found in NOS, which is another publication in the Netherlands, which here you go. Dutch international Promes confesses stabbing in secret phone taps, and we've got the quotes of the conversations all here. So let's get into what has actually happened with Quincy Promes. Footballer and Dutch international Quincy Promes, who is being prosecuted for attempted murder of his cousin, has confessed to the stabbing in several conversations with his family. He did so over the phone while he was unaware that he was being tapped by the police. So his phone tapping, his family is involved in the investigation, and he has been, I mean, people may say that his family snitching him, but he did try to stab his cousin, so I guess it kind of makes sense. The Public Prosecution Service suspects Promes of stabbing his cousin in the knee on the 25th of July 2020 after a family party in Abcoude. Abcoude? I'm so sorry, I'm not Dutch. He's suspected of attempted manslaughter and aggravated assault. Until now, Promes has always denied, but in the transcript of the tapped conversations, it can be read that Promes wanted to stab his cousin to death. The phone calls took place in the night shortly after the stabbing, and here are the conversations. Just after 1 a.m., Promes calls his father and says, "Why are you jumping for that cousin of yours? You saved his life." His father replies, "Quincy, I don't want you to get in trouble." And then Promes says, "Otherwise, I'll kill him. Don't you understand?" Almost 10 minutes later, Promes also calls his mother and aunt. In that conversation, his mother says that the nephew has been taken to the hospital. Promes asks where the cousin got hit. "In his leg," replies his mother. Promes then says, "Then he is lucky." In the same call, he proceeded to say, "Nobody is going to steal from us. I couldn't help myself. Sorry, aunt. Please forgive me. Everyone forgive me. I couldn't resist. I love you too much." After this conversation, he contacted his father for a second time. On this occasion, he allegedly said, "My loyalty is to my aunt. Whoever steals from her, I will kill. Period. I'll kill whoever steals from you. Whoever steals from my mother. There are certain people in the family that I would kill for. I don't care. If anyone is disrespectful or trying to talk about our family, they'll see how I am. Only then will you see who I am. Not the footballer, but the other side of me. It's lucky that I don't walk with a firearm anymore, or that thing would have been even uglier. So in these tapped conversations by the police, that his father and his mother has got on Quincy Promes, saying and confessing to these acts of him, saying with his own words that he was trying to kill him. It's attempted murder. It somehow got worse, because not only is he being done for attempted manslaughter, attempted murder, but alongside that, also drug trafficking. After the police revealed the alleged confession, they were asked why they tapped his phone. The reason why is because they suspected Quincy Promes of involvement in drug trafficking and participation in criminal organization. Members of the 30-year-old's family are currently incarcerated for drug trafficking and money laundering in the same case. Officers discovered that Promes received calls from his nephew from Zaanstad prison on a weekly basis. As per sources, the sportsman and his family invested their finances in cocaine. Belgian police intercepted 4,000 kilograms worth in Antwerp in 2020. This resulted in the arrest of several extractors in Promes' homeland. The contents of the batch has a massive wholesale value of 120 million euros. However, the street value of the drugs was significantly larger. Right now, Promes is still under contract at Spartak Moscow in Russia, and according to investigative sources, the attacker is also nominated to be arrested. However, because he's in Russia, he cannot be. So the second that he takes one step back in the Netherlands, he'll be arrested. At the time of the incident, Promes was playing for Ajax, and he coincidentally moved to Spartak Moscow in February shortly afterwards. So that is the current situation. Right now, Quincy Promes is being accused of attempted murder and drug trafficking, and this has been going on since July 2020. It's been almost 2 years since the incident happened. Of course, by the way, if you didn't gather, his cousin did survive, so he was stabbed in the knee. Tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. That is the current update of Quincy Promes. Tell me, is there any other current investigations that you guys want me to bring to light? His family got his phone tapped, which you cannot get approved to go ahead unless if there are some serious allegations. So not even just the attempted murder charge, but also alongside the drug trafficking. They wouldn't do that, and they couldn't do that unless if they were given approval with some very, very sufficient evidence, which is what they now have. So what it sounds like, and what would make more sense, is that their cousin stole from them, if it was money, if it was drugs itself, cocaine itself, and that Quincy Promes attacked him for the fact that he saw it as a betrayal to his family. That's how I can see it. That's what makes the more sense to me, and why it went out the way it happened. And I would only confirm their involvement in drug trafficking, which, if that's the case, then that's also very serious as well. So that is what's going on with Quincy Promes. He's still playing in Russia, so, you know, again, Russia, shining light to the world, obviously, attempted murder charge and drug trafficking. It's fine, he kicks ball well. I can't believe it, man. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your day, and stay safe.